This video is rated B for you'd better back on out of here if you don't want spoilers, buddy. So my friends, the stage for Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail is finally set. This patch was able to bring us just enough information to entice us to see what comes next, through the introduction of Wuk-Lamat, a new character that everyone is looking forward to learning more about, and even the introduction of things like Pictomancy. We are already getting a first glimpse at what it's like in-game, even before the next expansion. And believe me, as the lore nerd that I am, the moment they started talking about Archon Realm and her esoteric arts, I was curious. I wanted to learn more. Who was this Archon? Why haven't I heard of her before? And why is this kind of spellcraft only just now being brought to our attention? But of course, I firmly believe that things like the job quest that we're going to experience in Gridania when Dawntrail releases will give us those answers and likely more. So, until then, I am just going to have to be a little bit more patient. But aside from that, we learned a great deal about Turiolol, as well as things about the new character Wuk-Lamat and her acquaintance, as he likes to call it, Erenville. Now, of course, it does not take a great deal of deduction to tell that he's hiding more than he's willing to say. What he's not speaking about and why is a question for the comment section. But moving on, there are some people that have already asked me, why was this bird so large and aggressive compared to your typical Calibri? And honestly, I don't think the patch ever specifically said how and why. I would have to go back through my notes and check, but the easiest answer is, well, that's just how the Isle of Hom works. This island is an etheric geyser, causing all manner of tectonic and biological phenomena because of the overabundance of ether. Not too long ago, I made an entire video talking about how transformations can be brought on by an overstimulation of ether, so if you're interested, go and watch that video sometime. However, neither Erenville or the Big Mean Bird are the focuses of this patch. Indeed, the entire stage has been set and the light has been illuminated on the newest member to the MSQ, Wuk-Lamat. She is a very energetic, axe-wielding Hroth girl who is not afraid to speak her mind and do as she pleases. Honestly, I'm already getting Moon Burrito vibes. Maybe the writers really do want to bring that kind of character back into the Scion's story. However, personal observations aside, I find her to be an interesting character because of the way that she has been set up within the patch. Now, of course, she is an enthusiastic go-getter, but the story has made it abundantly clear that there is more simmering beneath the surface. The way she was caught off guard by the Calibri as soon as it appeared was the first, and the second was when her hand was shaking after the fight was over. Now, of course, these could mean a few things, but I personally believe that the story is going out of its way to show that she isn't prepared for what's about to happen. By her own confession, Wuk-Lamat wishes to ascend the Autarch throne not out of a personal desire to rule herself, but specifically to deny a sibling the ability to rule. The man she is trying to deny the throne has been called far too ambitious for his own good, and that if he is allowed to ascend, there is rumor that he will attack Garlemald. Of course, since the totally not Scions of the Seventh Dawn have finished with their campaign of saving the world and the universe, well, the idea of attacking a people that they just rescued is not a pleasant one. So of course, the Warrior of Light, Kryl, Grahatia, and of course, the twins, who made a very sudden appearance, have expressed the desire to go with Wuk-Lamat to protect the throne from this would-be warmonger. At the moment, she's fighting for the wrong reasons. Now, some of you may be thinking to yourselves, well, that's ridiculous. Stopping a crazy person from ascending the throne is a good reason, but that's the thing. The intent is to prevent him from ascending the throne. But as history has proven time and time and time again, intent is never enough. What does Wuk-Lamat believe her sitting on the Autarch throne would look like? What does she believe her leadership would look like for Tural? What kind of unique future does she plan on creating to honor her father's legacy? I don't believe she's considered any of these questions. I believe that she has been so focused on making sure that her sibling doesn't make the throne that she hasn't stopped to wonder what it would mean if she actually won. This would explain her trepidation during the fight on the Isle of Ham. It's very clear that she's overcompensating, trying to put forth what she imagines a good leader would do. Taking charge, leading others, taking care of the problem. In Dawntrail, if Wuk-Lamat is to ascend the throne, she's going to have to find her own reason to want to lead. Something beyond a petty rivalry with a sibling. Or, if she does not ascend the throne, mayhaps one of the other two candidates that have been hinted at may do so otherwise. But again, all of that is conjecture until we actually get our hands on the expansion. But all of that is to say, I am very excited to see how the seeds that they've planted in 6.55 germinate and grow within the MSQ of Dawntrail. Wuk-Lamat has proven to be an interesting character, with a clear desire, but just enough flaws in her character to make what happens next very interesting. But of course, beyond her, we have the entire subplot with Thancred and Eorzea going on in the background, and I will say this, I find the fact that those two are being so coy about all of this is kind of delightful. It's a good change of pace from the doom, gloom, and world-ending machinations of the past two expansions, so hopefully Dawntrail has a bit more of a light-hearted start before deep diving into the grimdark, as one would say. And of course, the question still remains, who is asking Thancred and Eorzea for help? Is it the warmongering sibling? Another one of the two siblings that haven't been talked about much? Only time will tell. But, as expected, this is most likely going to be the conflict that was hinted at all the way back in the Dawntrail reveal in Vegas. The Scions are going to have a headbutting moment, and it's going to be against Thancred and Eorzea. And Estinian is headed west for, I don't know, his own personal reasons. He has his own flavor of wanderlust that matches my own, and I respect him for it. So, my friends, you've heard me ramble on long enough about my own thoughts, opinions, and recitation when it comes to the 6.55 Dawntrail story. Please be sure to let me know what you think about the patch down in the comments below, and what you are most excited for in the MSQ for Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. I would love for us to get a fun little dialogue started, and maybe get a little speculation wheel turning. Who knows? But, as always, that will be all from me for now. And until next we meet again, stay safe, my friends.